All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're tackling something a little different. Leather duffel bags. And not just any, those with handles.
Handles, you say? You're really getting specific.
Yeah, got to narrow it down somehow, right? But seriously, this article from Steel Horse Leather, they make some pretty impressive claims about these bags.
Steel horse leather. Yeah, they're really passionate about their craft. I checked out their website, and they have this whole journal section.
A journal for bags.
Yeah, it's less about selling and more like stories, like adventures you could have with one of their bags. They call them durable, elegant.
The ideal companion. They weren't shy with the descriptions, that's for sure.
Not at all. And that's what got me thinking, what is it about these bags? It's just a bag, right? But they're going on about craftsmanship, tradition.
And 100% full grain leather. Is that like a big deal in the leather world?
Oh, huge. It's the good stuff, the strongest part of the hide, apparently. And get this, over time it gets this patina. Makes each bag one of a kind.
So like fine wine. It gets better with age.
Exactly. And speaking of age, they say these bags can actually outperform their owner over time.
Okay, that's a bold statement. Whether they're going to outlive us.
Well, they're going for that whole heirloom quality thing. Buy it once, use it forever. It's a different way of thinking about stuff, right? Like nowadays, everything's so disposable.
Fast fashion, you name it. It's true, though. I've gone through my fair share of cheap duffel bags. Zippers breaking, fabric tearing, you know the drill.
Exactly. And that's their point. These bags are an investment. They even talk about how the design has evolved. Like they have these neatly designed pockets.
And a shoe compartment. Who knew a shoe compartment could be so strategically placed?
Right. I mean, it makes you think about like the history of travel bags, back in the day before suitcases were a thing.
You had to have a place for everything.
Exactly. So those compartments, they tell a story about how people used to travel, the importance of organization. It's fascinating.
It is. But here's a question. They keep saying how each bag is unique because it's handmade. But wouldn't you want consistency? Like if you're buying from the same company?
That's the beauty of it, though. It's the opposite of mass production. Each bag has its own character, its own little quirks.
So you're paying for the imperfections in a way.
Not imperfections, more like individuality. Think of it like a painting versus a print. They both have their place, right?
But an original has that, personality?
Exactly. You're not just buying a bag, you're buying a story, a piece of craftsmanship. And speaking of using it, the article claims these bags are good for everything, not just travel.
Oh yeah. Like what? Grocery shopping?
Well, they say everyday use, school, work, even sports. I mean, that's a pretty bold claim, right? Like, are you really going to take your handcrafted leather bag to the gym? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, it does seem a bit over the top. But then again, they're all about durability, right?
True. And that's where the history comes in. Remember we were talking about those old school travel bags?
Yeah, the ones with a story for every compartment?
Exactly. Well, those bags, they weren't just for looking pretty. They were workhorses. Military use, nautical use, you name it.
So like built to withstand anything.
Pretty much. They had to be tough, adaptable, and that's what Steel Horse is getting at. It's not about limiting the bag to one specific use. It's about saying, this bag, it can handle your life, whatever you throw at it.
It's funny, though. You buy a bag, you don't really think about its ancestors, do you? We've gone from leather and handles to, history, consumerism.
Even a bit of philosophy. It's amazing what you can unpack from a simple object. Right. So for you, what's the most striking thing about all this?
For me, I think it's that idea of quality over quantity. This whole slow living thing. Like, we're so used to things breaking, needing replacing. This feels different, don't you think?
Definitely. It's refreshing. Buying less, but buying better. It's a statement almost, about what you value.
But do you think it really resonates? Like most people, they're not buying handcrafted leather bags.
True. But there's a growing awareness, about fast fashion, about waste. Even if someone's not buying a steel horse bag, that message about sustainability, it sticks with you.
It's true. You can't ignore that side of things anymore. And a bag that lasts a lifetime, that's pretty sustainable when you think about it.
Exactly. It's like they're subtly challenging the whole system. Buy less, buy better, make it last.
It makes you wonder, though, how does a company like this even survive? In a world of online shopping? Instant gratification.
It's a good question, and it all comes down to how they're marketing themselves. And this is where things get really interesting.
It's a tough market out there. How do they cut through the noise?
Remember that whole journal thing. It's not just about the bags, it's the lifestyle they're selling.
Right, that whole artisan built to last vibe.
Exactly. It's like they're tapping into this yearning for authenticity, you know? People are tired of mass-produced everything.
So it's more about the story than the actual bag.
In a way, yeah. It's about buying into a philosophy. Slow living, appreciating quality, things with meaning. That resonates with people.
Like a rebellion against what? Disposable culture.
Exactly. And it makes you think, we started with leather duffel bags with handles, and look where we ended up.
I know, right? Craftsmanship, consumerism, even a bit of existentialism. Who knew a bag could be so deep?
That's the beauty of these deep dives. You never know where you'll end up. It's like, what other everyday objects have we totally misjudged?
Right. What's lurking in our closets just waiting for its story to be told. That's something to ponder, isn't it? Well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring those hidden depths, folks.